Nobody ever told us it's okay not to be okay.
I'm Alan York, host of Talk Your Way Through, a podcast created in hopes to open up a safe space for men to be able to really unpack the conversations when dealing with mental health.
Just to talk to somebody who's on a total different level than me. Talk to somebody who's been through what I'm going through.
How does she know what to pray for you? Tell him press harder because you're going to be okay.
Trust the process. It's not designed for a 5-year-old to know multiplication.
Don't allow what you hear to saturate inside of you.
Each episode is going to encourage open dialogue, vulnerability, and a chance for personal growth. The objective of these conversations is to be able to make men more comfortable with talking about their emotions.
Life is short. Do it now because you do not want to say, I shoulda, woulda, coulda, woulda. I'm telling you, man.
Welcome back to Talk Your Way Through. Today's episode is called When Talking Isn't Enough. And joining us for the conversation, we have pastor, husband, father, doctor, and Christian counselor, Rico Tyler.
Hey man, thank you so much for having us, brother. We're excited about being here on the day, man.
Oh yes, sir, for sure. Man, I'm glad to have you on. I know all my guests are busy. It's been kind of hectic trying to schedule your appointment on here, man. But
Yes,
like I said, man, I'm glad that you set aside the time to really join this conversation, man, because what we're trying to do here, man, I feel like it's really important, you know what I'm saying? It's really important for the community, for the brotherhood, man, just for men in general.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Mental health is such a odd topic for people to want to talk about, and it's one of the least things that we talk about when we talking to our friends and to our brethren, you know what I'm saying? So,
True.
like I tell everybody, my journey on mental health, figuring out my mental health didn't start on the couch of a therapist.
Yeah.
And that's okay. You know, I do encourage therapy to anyone who is seeking mental health or trying to grow themselves or better themselves, because it is a tool, a really good tool to have in your bag. But my journey didn't start there. And for many other men, their journey don't start there. My journey started with talking to my friends, you know what I'm saying, and just seeing how hard it was for us to really open up about what we were going through in our personal lives.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Not being able to really give each other full advice because we don't know the whole story.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't until I recently started battling with my depression or battling with my mental health, as hard as I ever had to this year, that I really started to take a look, you know what I'm saying, and see like what was the root cause of that, and why do I not feel okay to open up about how I feel?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of why I wanted to start this podcast, man. Talk your way through.
Yes, sir.
It's just something that I feel like is going to grow and it's going to be beneficiary to, the people, not only to men, but men that look like us, man. Because, as black men, it's real hard out here on us already. And to not be right in the mind, you know what I'm saying? It can be a real dangerous game out here, man. So, again, I thank you for joining us for the conversation. Starting out, what we like to do is a mental health check. From scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best I ever been, 1 being I'm past the point of needing help. And it's okay if you are 1, and it's okay if you don't want to share the why behind your number. But, I always like to just check in with my brothers, you know what I'm saying, to see what's going on with them. To start out, for me, I'm about a 7 right now.
Wow.
I'm not doing the best I can be, but I know one thing. I'm not where I was, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why I tend to see my silver lining, you know what I'm saying? I'm not where I was, I'm not where I came from. So the place that he has me in right now, it's a tough time, it's a learning time, but he still got me and I can still feel him around me. So I'm never gonna discredit that. So with God on me and with God around me, I feel like really I'm a 5, but he bumped me up too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a 7 right now.
Man, the crazy thing about it, I started laughing when you said it because I just thought the same thing, 7.
Yeah.
Because I'm far from where I used to be.
Yeah.
But I'm still trying to get to where I need to go. And there's some things that I've overcome this year and the past couple of years that I'm not in that place that I used to be. But I can see the end goal. I'm trying to get to that 10, but I'm not there yet. And it's a strategic move that I'm planning to get to that 10. But it's a process. Like you said, it's a process. And we always have to celebrate where we came from to understand where we going.
No,
So yeah, that's why I started laughing when you said 7, because that was the number popped up in my head.
And sometimes, man, that's majority of your feel good for the day is just remembering how far you came. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Like I said, I've been battling depression real hard this year. I kind of know everybody who goes through depression. Depression operates like a roller coaster.
Yeah.
It's tricky. Sometimes you get to the highest points you ever had.
Yeah.
And then when it's like, when you go over a hill and your stomach drop, you don't really feel that you're going down until your stomach starts dropping. But by that time, you're at the bottom of the hill.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how depression kind of operates. And like I said, this year, man, just going through what I was going through, one of the things that really kind of kept my head above water is remembering that regardless of how I'm feeling or how bad I feel right now, I know it would be 10 times worse had it been 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Had it been 6 years ago, 4 years ago. So, 1 year ago, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, God has really brought me so far, and he's continually, even sometimes it feel like it's dragging, but he's continually bringing me so far, and he's showing me new things and things that I felt like I didn't even deserve. So I feel like sometimes when the days where I do feel below a 5, how dare I? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it gets to me. And just remember where I came from sometime, man, that do 90% of the job. You know what I'm saying? Just remember how good God has been in your life.
Yes, sir.
And I ain't trying to preach because I ain't no preacher, you know what I'm saying? But that's just something that
it's your testimony.
It always, you can ask anybody that's been around me, like, to know where I came from.
Yeah.
To be where I'm at, man, it's a blessing. And how dare I be sad and I can be down, my emotions can be sad, but how dare I doubt, you know what I'm saying, that he not gonna bring me out or get me to a better day, because I done seen worse days, and this day ain't worse than my worst days. Yeah. So I know it's gonna be better than this, you know what I'm saying? It gotta be.
That's your testimony.
So that's one of the things, man, I be really trying to tell people, even though when I be sad, people be like, man, you gotta remember what you tell yourself. You gotta remember what you tell us. And it be hard, but man, I like that's just one of the things I really hold fast to. Is I do that more than I work out, you know what I'm saying? Just sit there every morning and tell myself, man, you are better than what you know what I'm saying? You are this. God built you for this. Whatever you're going through, God built you for that. And that's just, I don't know, I got off tangent, but that's something that every man need to, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if it worked for everybody, but I do it, and it worked for me. So I suggest a lot of people start doing that, man. Like, tell yourself in the morning, speak over yourself, encourage yourself, man. Remind yourself that you are not where you came from, man, and how good God has been to you ain't gonna change, you know what I'm saying, no matter what circumstance you find yourself in. You know Correct. What I'm saying? So that's one of the things I do, man. I'm sorry for taking
no. You good. You good. Oh man, I if people know me, they know me. I have this one saying that I always say, it's okay not to be okay. Yeah. It's okay to have a Clark Kent moment, because if you think about Superman wasn't always Superman. He didn't always have a cape. He had feelings. Yeah. And as men, a lot of time as men, as Christians, we want to be so strong for everybody else that we're there for everybody else and we forget about self. It's okay to have a Clark Kent moment. You just as much as Jesus was divine, he was human. Yeah, he had human moments, and we deny ourselves when we don't allow ourselves to have our human moment. Sometimes it's okay to say, "Man, I'm not feeling my best right now, but I'm not okay, but I'm gonna keep going." Yeah, that's why I got that concept. My concept that I do every day, that every Friday, that keep it pushing, man. Because sometimes I'm not okay, but I just got to keep going.
We're gonna start jump into the conversation with these questions. Like I said, today's topic is when talking ain't enough. Yeah. So it's gonna really be geared towards therapy and how good therapy is, or just your experience with therapy and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of gonna be the theme of this episode. So the first question is, what is the biggest myth you grew up hearing about therapy or counseling?
That black folks don't do it. Yeah. Black folks don't do counseling. Man, I have a transparent moment with you. When I first got ready to start pastoring, they were getting ready to do my ordination. And the biggest question, because I was in school at the time to get my doctorate in Christian counseling, and the biggest question was, what is that going to do for you as being a pastor? And I'm like, I got seminary experience. I've been to seminary. I've been to church all my life. And they was like, well, what is the Christian counseling going to do for you? And my rebuttal was, you want me to be able to help them on Sunday, but not help them mentally Monday through Saturday? Like, I can come to the realization that on Sundays I can give you a word that's going to make you hold on and make you probably for those 2 hours you just latch on to and you remember. But what about when you're mentally struggling on Monday? Pastor, I got a light bill that I'm talking about. I'm going through a divorce. My children not acting right. It's certain stuff that I got to be able to help you out of mentally to be able to get to your heart to keep you trusting and believing in who God is.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And for me, it wasn't just black people don't do it. It was more narrow. I never had men in my life to kind of emulate how therapy worked for them, or because I never had men in my life who went to therapy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? None of my male role models incorporated therapy in their everyday life to the point where I can see them getting better or benefiting from it.
Yeah.
So I never really had an idea of mental therapy or therapy from anybody, I guess, in my real life. I always got it through the glimpse of a movie or through cinema or through TV that. And so I always grew up thinking that mental health or therapy was for the weak-minded. And, you know, like, real men don't do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Every time I seen a movie clip where they was telling somebody to go to therapy, he was like, man, that's for chumps. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how I always viewed it. Like, it was either for weak people or for people who done already tried to commit suicide or something like that, and we trying to, you know what I'm saying, like, very extreme. Like, it wasn't kind of brought to me like therapy is a normal part of a day. Like, you know what I'm saying, like, people do it every day. Like, it's I always just seen it like, you know what I'm saying, like
cliche.
Yeah, cliche type stuff, you know, and it wasn't until I had my own bouts with it that I seen that I started to like. It's funny, the same people that I never seen talk about therapy or never do therapy, when I started going through it, that's the first thing they told me to do. Is go get therapy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if it's something that they was doing in the dark or if it was something that they regretted that they didn't do. Yeah. And now they're telling me to do it. And either way, you know what I'm saying, I took the advice and I started doing it. But I always seen therapy as a cliche, like I said, for something that was for weak men, weak-minded men, people who was giving up on life, people who didn't have any more drive to go. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so I never really took it serious growing up, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of my thing with it there. What was the moment you realized that talking with your friends or family wasn't enough and that maybe you should start seeking outside help besides people that, you know what I'm saying, kind of know you best or know Rico?
Yeah, man. When I realized to the point, I was mentally struggling. Yeah. Because it wasn't until I started going to school for Christian counseling that I started realizing a lot of the stuff that was my nature was a problem. The biggest thing a lot of us have a misconception in life is we always blame others. Mm-hmm. And we don't realize that some of the stuff that we do is based off what we learned off of childhood patterns. And it started being a point in my life is like, why am I always doing this? Why am I always doing that? I'm talking to friends, but I still feel a certain way. And then it was like, at the same time, trying to help people, I started diagnosing myself. Doing my dissertation, man, that was one of the hardest things for me. Is not to become not the dissertation period, but what it started bringing out. Yeah, it started bringing out some of the faults and failures in me, not everybody else. And it was that's when I decided, you know what, I believe in God, but I also need therapy too. Yeah. For those who don't know, what is a dissertation? Because I have a friend that's getting his doctorate too, and he always talk about it. And he had to school me, so I know. Yeah. I'm a pretty knowledgeable person, but man, when he said dissertation, it kind of threw me off. What is a dissertation? For those who don't know, a dissertation is something when you're getting your doctorate in whatever that subject is. You basically have to break down the concept or whatever the topic is, and you have to defend it. You have to give positives. You have to give negatives. You have to defend. Maybe it has so many words, so many pages, and you basically have to stand on your argument why you believe what you believe. But then also while you're doing it, you have to show them step by step everything that they want to see in their dissertation. And is something that if you're not prepared for it, it brings out some stuff in you that you will never realize. And that's what it did to me. And that's when I realized, look, I need help just like I need God.
Yeah, no, for sure. So it's basically, defending your point of view.
Yeah.
And not only just winning the argument, but making them see your side of it from your point of view.
Yes, sir.
Putting them in your shoes, kind of.
Yes, sir.
I feel it. For me, I realized that talking to my family kind of wasn't gonna cut it for me. When I realized that birds of a feather flock together.
Yeah.
If you're trying to change, you can't talk to the people that act like you had.
Yeah.
Family curses is real.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Curses on the lineage is real.
Yes,
man.
sir.
I didn't I always used to. I tell people a lot. One of my biggest role models on how to be a man is my dad.
Yeah.
And he is an excellent role model if you hold a man to the standard of handling your responsibility and taking care of those around him.
Yeah.
He did an excellent job as doing that, and I never discredit my dad on anything like that. But some of the habits that I also picked up from him is the nitpicking. Some of the habits that I picked up from him is the anger, the bottling things up, not being able to speak about my emotions, really thinking that my emotions or how I'm feeling is not important compared to the bigger picture. My dad was always the bigger picture. No matter how you feel, what's best for the family, what's best for now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to learn how to tuck that to the side is what he always used to tell me, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you got to learn how to tuck that to the side and do what's best for the family. And I always kind of prided myself on it, but I also learned that I felt like that pride thing was kind of a curse that I was dealing with my family. And those who know me know that.
Yeah.
And they used to always tell me, like, you gotta really work on your pride, man.
Yeah.
And I used to try to talk to my daddy because to me, he was the only person who I knew matched what I wanted to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A provider, a man who stood on his word and did everything he said he was going to do regardless of what the circumstances was, you know what I'm saying? And so I used to try to talk to him about some of the stuff I was going through and trying to take his advice. It was just reiterate the same thing he used to tell me as a child, man. Tiger, sometimes you gotta tuck that up, man. That's just how life gonna be sometimes, but you gotta deal with it. Everybody ain't gonna be what you want them to be, but you gotta deal with it. And he was never, I guess, encouraging me to change things about me, hold myself in the mirror. He was always making me think that I'm doing right in the situation. You can't control everything around you, but you gotta be you. And some of that is right, but at the same time, some of the things that happen around me is because I'm not willing to change from the things that you know what I'm saying? Like, they say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So I can't sit here and say that I'm right in every situation because I'm doing what you taught me to do because you think you're right in every situation.
Yeah.
I know when I come to you about something that I feel like you're wrong about, how hard you argue, so I know you think you're right. So I know that's how I emulate myself to the world, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm right in every situation, and I feel like trying to go to him and understand and get changes from my real life due to his advice and knowing that it was just sending me back to he just raising me again from the same, you know what I'm saying, just putting me through Allen Tiger 101, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he not really encouraging me to change. And it wasn't until I started talking to other people, having conversations with new friends that I met, and just really understanding that I'm hearing the same thing from everybody. Allen, you smart, man, but sometimes you got to cut that pride down a little bit, bro.
Yeah.
I see that pride thing is, and it wasn't like the first person said it, yeah, cool. The second person, yeah, all right, third person, it's something here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it wasn't until I started opening myself up a little bit more and really wanted to evaluate myself and hold myself up against what I thought myself or who I thought I was, and started listening to other people and talking to other people, that I realized, man, I just can't take the advice from the people around me. And it's just not my dad. That was just a good example. But same thing for my mom and my sisters, they real supporters of me. So they kind of tell me what I want to hear instead of telling me what I need to hear.
Yeah.
And it's just, you really find a benefit of different perspectives, man, when you step outside of your norm, when you step outside of the people that know you, Rico, Allen, you know what I'm saying? It gives you a different perspective of yourself, and I want to say that is kind of what kind of motivated me to kind of get there, or to rethink when I started going through the time I was going through recently, that, hey, you've been listening to other people, let's listen to another professional, let's listen to somebody who's actually went to school for this, because you didn't find a lot out about yourself about people from people who didn't go to school. Yeah. If we really dig into it, we might can get to a root cause of what's really hurting, you know what I'm saying? Because it ain't just this, it's something deeper than what you're going through now.
Man, another thing that really made me want to go through therapy, not only go to therapy, but study it, because everybody around me, like you said, that stuff dealing with your family, it can become a learned behavior, because majority of my family has been divorced before.
Yeah.
I've been through a divorce, and my second time around, I wanted to get it right, because I was seeing a pattern that everybody was doing the same thing. And not only did I go to school for it, I sent my wife, I paid for my wife to go to school too. She has a doctorate in Christian counseling. And we learned by going through school that you can feel a certain way, I can feel a certain way. We were raised different.
Yeah.
We're not going to feel the same thing about a lot of topics, and it's okay. I respect your opinion.
Yeah.
You respect my opinion. And it's okay to not see the same way, but still love each other through it. And that's a lot of our biggest problem. Because I can't get you to feel on the subject how I feel. I got a problem with that. No, everybody is different.
Yeah.
Some people are not going to feel the same about every subject. And it's not until we start realizing that we can move on and stop holding on to petty stuff. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, not for real. Why do you think so many men see therapy as a sign of weakness instead of maintenance? A
learned behavior. Mm-hmm. Miles Monroe said it like this. Miles Monroe said, you can take a girl, same age. She can be the same age. We can make an example of a 3-year-old girl and a 3-year-old boy. Both of them outside, fall down. The girl scrapes her knee. They're going to take her in the house. They're going to wash the wound off, put a Band-Aid on it. 3-year-old boy, stop all that crying. Shut up. Be a man.
Yeah.
You expecting a 3-year-old boy to be a man, and he don't know what a man is. So from childhood, I'm learning every time I'm hurt, shut up, be a man. You're supposed to go through this. So as a man, when I get older, I'm hurt. I don't feel well. I'm going through something in life. Shut up, be a man. I can't control my feelings. But as a girl from a young age, she's taught it's okay for her to voice her opinion. It's okay to feel a certain way. And that's why we see therapy as a cliche, because as men, as men from a early age, we're taught you don't supposed to show your feelings.
Yeah.
You show your feelings, you soft, you weak. But I'm hurting just like they hurt.
Yeah.
I feel just like you feel.
Yeah, and it's crazy because naturally we men and women do the same thing. When we need community, we go to our homeboys just like they go to their homegirls.
Yeah.
We it's just how we deal with it and how we work through it is not as healthy as because they communicate.
Yeah.
They talk.
Yeah.
Girl, why you think he got you feeling like? Why you think? Well, do you think it's because of this? They ask each other questions on questions and they get deeper into it. Man, for us is you show you all right, funny looking at it. Yeah, like, all right, bro, you better not be over there crying too hard. You know what I'm saying? It's like we showing you that we there because to be honest with you, and it's a funny thing. Me and my partners, we used to do that. Like you show you all right, you know what I'm saying? But neither one of us never really said, nah, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I tested them one day. I was like, nah, I'm not. You feel me? And it was just the response we got. It was like they were scattering. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, what we say now? Well, you know what I'm saying? Like we ain't never had to go 2B. We always went. You show you all right? Yeah, I'm straight. All right, okay.
We moving on.
Moving on from it. But I think as men, we are not scared to show our friends that we're there for them. I think it's just the conversations we're not equipped to have because we haven't been brought up on go deep in the what made you feel like, man, why you cheated on me? Like why you do that dude like that? You know what I'm saying? Like why you went up there in your job and you could have fooled? Like why did you let that anger you to the point like we was you know what I'm saying? We always are you straight physically? Yeah. You not finna break down, you ain't got no flat or nothing? Cool, straight, all right, let's move on. Yeah. Our job is to try to we always want to get you to forget about it. Yeah. We don't never really want you to harp over because we feel like if we harping over one, you're stagnant and you ain't moving on. Then we try to trick each other into calling each other simps.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Oh, you too tender right now, man. You being too.
Yeah.
But I just got my heart broke, bro. I just got my heart broke.
Correct.
I'm talking about, man, this girl did me not dirty, but like
I'm hurting.
I'm hurting.
Yeah,
I'm hurting. You feel me? And you gonna, you know what I'm saying? Toughen up. You toughen up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You toughen up.
Yeah.
And it gets so bad to the point where we lose family members around each other, and we don't know how to console it. Like, me and my friends, we just got this weird thing where we do dark humor, but that's our way of trying to console each other. But over time, we have gotten better on mentally really checking in on each other, you know what I'm saying? Especially, like I said, through this past year, our conversations have gotten more in-depth with it, and we, you know what I'm saying, we do start encouraging each other. Like right now, they tell me, York, don't miss therapy, bro. Like, you can't miss it. Like, even some weeks, I be like, man, I don't feel like going. Like, we ain't getting nowhere for real. Nah, York, we can see the difference.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Keep going, brother. Keep going. Keep doing it. What y'all talk about, you know what I'm saying? Like, they be trying to get in me and my therapy business, you know what I'm saying? Like, they really are, and we are invested in each other's, you know, we are invested in each other's daily lives like that now, and in mental health like that, to the point where we can start seeing the benefit of going to the community, and now, like I said, when I started therapy, all my friends, it's easy for them to get in the joint. So I think that the real struggle is, like you said, we just don't know how to talk about it. We don't know how to encourage one another to do it. We always try to emulate what we was taught on one another, and I feel like you know, that's something that's dying down. I feel like the culture now, since, especially with all of the cartoons and all the PC culture going around, it is getting to a society where we are starting to care about mental health. I just feel like it's well overdue. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like men don't really see it as maintenance. They look at it as weakness, you know, because we just don't know how to talk about it. Yeah,
man, I'll give you one great example, man, that helped me. Because like I said, I started encouraging everybody. My dad was somebody that I looked up to, like you. And not only did I encourage my wife, I encouraged my dad and my uncle. He's pastoring for many years. And he got his doctorate in it as well. And when I was going through my divorce, my dad just finally opened up to me, because he started going through the process. He started going through counseling. He started counseling. And he was like, I'm gonna tell you the steps where I messed up, that I'm able to open up and talk to you about it now.
Yeah.
And he said that helped me. That helped me get through my divorce. That helped me get through a dark time, because my dad was finally able to open up and talk to his son the way nobody talked to him. And man, that was something that really got me out of a bad place.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So how can you tell the difference between a rough week, just a regular, I'm in the mud this week, between this week is below it, I need to go talk to somebody, like I really need to set this on my therapist's lap right now, like this ain't just a regular rough week?
Your feelings, when you're having a rough week, a lot of stuff triggers me.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff is like I'm super, and my wife will catch on to it. Like the kids will be doing something that normally they'll be loud in the house. It don't bother me. But when I'm having a rough week, they get loud. Hey, y'all stop all that. My wife will be like, hey, you okay?
Yeah.
And it'll just catch me, and I'll be like, no, I'm not. I'm not. Work is overloading. Church is overloading. I'm trying to get ready to preach these revivals and manage all of this. No, I'm not okay, baby.
Yeah.
And that's what I have, triggers. And that's what a lot of us, we don't realize our triggers, but our triggers are a telltale sign. And for me, I can't speak for a lot of men, but for me, that sense of attitude and anger rises a lot. That's how I know it's a rough week for me.
Yeah, same for me. I ain't got too many triggers, but I do got triggers, and it's my reaction to those triggers that let me know when, like, this ain't this ain't normal.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Like flashing out on folks. When normally I just brush it off.
Yeah.
That's when I know, like, or recently, what I found out, I'm a crier, man. So lately it ain't been anger, it's been
Tears.
emotion.
Yeah.
And that kind of trigger, like if we ain't careful, that triggers the anger.
Yeah.
You know, because I don't like, a lot of people don't like when people see them cry, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I guess I wasn't thinking about it like that because like I said, naturally for me it's anger. Like if something bothers me and I'm having one of them weeks, it'll make me mad. But recently it's been making me sad, and I tell my friends, but I shared it with them before on the podcast. October 30th, leading up until October 30th, like I said, it wasn't anger that was my reaction to a lot of things. It was crying, and I couldn't figure out why I was crying so much, and it wasn't until it was kind of almost semi too late that I realized that I was triggering myself and I was slipping down, you know what I'm saying, a slope that was what would become one of the biggest depression bouts I ever faced.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I kept brushing it off because I was like, well, it can't be like I'm hurting, because like I said, in my mind, if I'm angry or if I'm overreacting to the point where I'm mad all the time, then I know, okay, I'm finna go down.
Yeah.
But me crying, I felt like it was something new, and it was just, I guess, new because of the circumstance of what I was going through. You know what I'm saying? It was different. It was new triggers that I was learning new triggers.
Yeah.
One, and the responses to the triggers was different. So it was kind of throwing me. It was like, I didn't know if I was in cover 2 or cover 3 or man, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just hitting me like,
you trying to figure it out.
I ain't never dealt with what I'm dealing with emotionally.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going through one of the most hardest times in my life emotionally.
Yeah.
2, I'm not used to crying like I'm used to crying, and the things that's triggering me ain't getting me mad, they making me cry. So it's like I can't hold on to nothing, and I can't really get my breath or get my feet planted to see what's going on.
Yeah.
And man, it led me to the point where I tried to commit suicide, you know what I'm saying? And that's,
yes, sir.
And you know what I'm saying? That's one of the things that's hard for me to talk about, but I'm trying to be more comfortable with talking about it, talking to my therapist about it, because I know that was one of the weakest moments I had. And me naturally in my core, that's not me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But because I didn't put the work in, I allowed myself to get to that point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just something, you know, I don't like talking about it like that, but man, like, just to get it out there, man, you have to pay attention to your triggers, because that's one of the signs that this is not normal. What I'm dealing with ain't a normal thing. Normally I can get by these little frustrations. Yeah. Normally I can get by this little hiccup or this little setback, but for some reason, and I can't. Like, for some reason I'm angrier than normal. For some reason I'm more emotional than normal. And when you start to find yourself like that, man, that's the time when you need to stop and take either a mental health day from work. Yeah. If you catch it before you go to work, if you catch it before you put yourself around people, because having a mental breakdown around people, man, that magnify the situation 10 times more, because then you feel like you try your hardest to conceal it, but you really breaking down, and it's like a grenade inside of a tank. Ain't nobody gonna see you explode, but on the inside you just
exposed everybody to
it. Everywhere. You don't know what's going on, and people are watching you melt down, and your biggest fear is people seeing you not in your right.
How they gonna feel?
And now you can't control it, because so man, if you can catch it, please go talk to somebody, because them triggers gonna let you know. Yeah, and you know what your triggers is. Like for me and Rico, like we said, we get angry. For me recently, I know it's me crying, but you know, for some people, man, you could just you get short of breath. For some people, you know, it can be what you call those things, panic attacks. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all different kinds of triggers, but you have to know yourself, and you have to kind of put the work in to know what's your triggers. You know what I'm saying? And therapy will help you do it if you can't do it by yourself.
And it helps you point them out. It helps you point out your triggers.
Yeah, no, for real, most definitely. What kind of help did you need at first, and what kind of help did you thought you actually needed at first versus the help after getting therapy you realized you needed? Like, what did you think? What was you telling yourself before therapy? How could you fix these problems, as opposed to after doing therapy, the real answer to how to fix them problems?
at first, not really knowing what therapy was, or really knowing the steps of therapy. I just thought it was talking to somebody. You know, the old cliche, they have movies, you lay on the couch, you talk to somebody, get your feelings out. Now I feel better.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until I started doing the therapy, going through therapy, learning what it is. It's a process.
Yeah.
You start somewhere, you build up to somewhere, and then it's finally an end goal. You learn what your problems are, you learn what your triggers are, and you start working through that. Learning you got to do homework. You got that's the word I'm looking for. You got to do the work.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I started realizing, look, now that I know what this is, I got to face it. And now that I got to face it, I got to work my way through it.
Yeah.
And that's what I've learned.
Yeah, for me, it's pretty much like I said, going back to the first question, because I never had somebody to show me what therapy was in real life. I always seen it in the movie. So like you said, the help I thought I needed was talking to people. Just if I can vent, then I'll be okay.
Yeah.
And because like in the movies, you always seen it like that. They was like you said, laying down on the couch talking to a therapist, and then by the end of the movie, they was good.
They good.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking it's like that. I just need to vent. I ain't never really, even in the movies, I ain't never really seen the therapist be like, okay, John, now go home and work on this. And why did you, and come and see me next week? And then he actually came and seen him next week, and we seen the results. And I ain't seen nobody put in the work like that on TV or in real life. So the help I thought I needed was just me venting to friends.
Yeah.
But going to therapy, it's more than just venting. It's targeted venting.
Yeah.
Like they give like, I don't know how yours work, but mine, man, she a good lady, bro. Like, she give me a topic and we explore that topic.
Yeah.
It's not just, you know, sometimes like if I come in and I'm over emotional, we'll deal with what I'm dealing with then.
Yeah.
But if I'm naturally coming in, she giving me a topic and then we exploring that topic and like
probing questions
and like
on that
she keeps me on track to that. Like, well, now don't get to blaming them. Don't go over here and don't no. What's going on right here in this corner of your life?
Yeah.
Take me back to this place in your life. You know what I'm saying? And it's targeted venting, because when you venting your friends, man, they not that interested in what you're going through unless it's something that's juicy for them to hear. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If it's just regular old, I'm feeling sad, they trying to get you off the phone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just because they don't want to hear, because some people don't want you to bring them down.
Yeah.
But when you go into a therapy, man, they hold you to what they're asking you for. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They really dig deep and they really get to the root of the problem. And I realize I don't just need to vent. I need somebody to give the feedback into me what I'm trying to get out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need the process. We taking those emotions and we apply. Okay, well, since that made you feel like that, then why do you feel like that made you feel like that? And not only why did you make you feel like that, why do you feel like that every time? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is there no variations in your feelings when this happened to you? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And like, therapy really, like, you really need the feedback from a professional, man. Like, talking to your friends is good. And like I said, it helped me start my journey, but a professional really hones in. It's their job. They go to school for. Yeah. Like, I know it sounds like a cliche, but these people really go to school to study minds and study patterns and study human behavior. And when I tell you, like, this lady read me, bro. Yeah. Like, read me. Yeah. And it's really beneficial. And I didn't know that I needed that. I just thought I needed to vent.
Because therapy is really, you're learning somebody. Yeah. And in order to learn them, you got first of all, you gotta let them get it out. You gotta let them say what they're trying to say. And then when it's guiding them directly to someone. Like me and my wife were just recently going through a therapy session with somebody this week, and when she introduced that she needed to talk and she needed us to help her work through it, she gave us like a broad list of what she had going on. So we prayed about it, we talked about it, and when she came, I said, this is what we're going to attack first. Yeah. I say, it's going to take us a while to get to the end result. I say, but we're going to attack this one by one. Yeah. And that's what I've learned. It's stages you got to go through, and you can't get to point B unless you handle point A. Yeah. Because if you move to point B and you ain't handle point A, that's baggage that you've taken with you. And you can't successfully get to point B without getting over that baggage from point A.
Yeah. No, most definitely. How do you know, all right, for somebody who's searching for therapy or searching for a therapist, how do you know who the right fit for you in the therapist, like versus a bad fit? Like, how do you know when the therapist is for you? Because for some people also, I don't want you to, because for me, I had to change therapists twice.
Yeah.
So I don't want people to think that you're just gonna walk into a random therapy office and just find your answer and your cure all, cure all.
Yeah.
It is finding the right therapist is a process.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if you don't find the right one the first time, sometimes it can get discouraging because, you feel like it's you. But it's sometimes, it is about finding the perfect fit because not all therapists fit your religious mindset. Not all therapists fit your background. You might want somebody that's, you know what I'm saying? Like my biggest thing, I wanted somebody who could really relate to what I've been through.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not somebody who can, how do you say that? Empathize. Yeah. But somebody who can really understand what I've been through. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like what it is to be black. Yeah. What it is to not have it growing up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like what it is to be a Christian. What it is to be a married person. You know what I'm saying? Somebody in a marriage. What it is to be, just I needed somebody who I feel like I can kind of see myself in. Yeah. And I feel like the feedback that I was getting from them would be more natural. Yeah. So for somebody who's searching, how do they know what's a good fit for them versus a bad fit for them?
To me, they have, first of all, they're gonna have to put in the work and do some research and ask themselves, what do I want therapy for? Yeah. Because there's several forms of it out there. There's a psychologist, there's Christian counseling, there's counseling to get over drug addiction. My thing is I do Christian counseling. Christian counseling is basically getting you on the level where you're realizing what God got in you, and it's the counseling we believe in getting you off medication. Yeah. For you to realize what God got in you and what he's trying to pull out of you. No shade against counselors and therapists that want you on their medicine. Yeah. But to me, medicine is something that keeps you stuck. Yeah. And I never want to keep nobody stuck. So you have to understand and realize what goal that you want to, that you're set and you're trying to achieve out of it. Because that's when we're going through the process in school. They tell you what you want to be, marriage counselor, drug addiction. Because everybody has their own niche on what it is and what they're good at. So you have to do the research, but you have to know for yourself what is my end goal getting out of it.
Yeah, I mentioned the religious thing. The religious thing was big to me, but I also wanted somebody that wasn't. I didn't want to go to a pastor. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't know why, and I'm not knocking it or nothing like that, because I do feel like the going to a pastor is good, but I just feel like for me personally, I wanted somebody who was more of what I had been through. Yeah, yeah. And my past thing, like even though I've been in the church, my family is a big church family. I just haven't been in the church more recently. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I didn't want to feel like I was being preached on or preached to to start going back to church, because I did that. I'm doing it naturally now. I just feel like I wanted the advice to be more catered to, I guess, my circumstances or what I was going through. Yeah, what I needed. Yeah, and it's just something I feel like it's important to say, because I don't want people to feel pressured to feel like religion has to be a part of your healing, even though God is. He's my Lord and Savior. Yeah, and I know what he is in my life. But therapy doesn't just stop at religion. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Therapy, you can get therapy. Like you don't have to have a religious based therapy, but it is important. And if you want to, that's up to you. But I feel like it's important to let everybody know that therapy is inclusive. You know what I'm saying? It's no way titled to one religion. But I am a Christian. So just let that be known. God is my God. You know what I'm saying? He's been good to me. Yeah. But nah, that's just something I want to say to people. Yes, sir. Because because I don't want people to just watch my show and feel like this is a God-based show. No, this is a show that has God in it. Yeah. But this is a show that's for everybody, you know what I'm saying? In every walk of life. Because like I said, mental health don't just stop in the Christian church, man. They got problems in the Muslim church.
Yes, sir.
know, in the Jewish community, all that, man, it's for everybody. And it's
we all got problems.
We all got problems. You know what I'm saying? I just know that God helps me through my problems.
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I'm saying? And have it be how it be. What changed in your life once you started getting professional support that talking alone couldn't get you there?
I started being able to handle situations better.
Yeah.
It gave me a clear insight on who I was and why I was the way I was.
Yeah.
I mentioned earlier that how I grew up. My siblings were older than me, and I kept a lot of stuff inside. And my triggers were learning; they were childhood triggers from. I like to be isolated.
Yeah.
And that comes from my mama working a full-time job and me basically being by myself. So if you see me struggling with something, but I'm struggling with it on my own, you try to help me, that used to be a trigger. I got it.
Yeah.
Let me be. But therapist started showing me that's childhood trauma you're dealing with. You got to learn to let that go. Let people help you. They're not trying to hold nothing against you because, you honestly think as a man, if I let you help me, you're going to bring it back up again.
Yeah.
No, you got people sometimes people just want to help you. And therapists started helping me work through those processes. It's okay for me to let my guard down. It's okay for me not to want to be isolated. It's so because my wife had the hardest time getting me out. I was a homebody.
Yeah.
But that's how I grew up. After playing football, going to school, I'm at home for the day. I'm good with that. In the neighborhood, but I'm in the house. I was an introvert. And therapists started helping me to work through those different things. Me being able to start opening up more where I was so secluded to myself.
Yeah. Same for me, therapy for me, it helped me see that I don't need nobody else's validation. Like I said, my dad was my biggest role model on who I wanted to kind of emulate myself after. And if you it was to the point where I guess I used to feel like if you was kind of judging my personality, you were judging his, and I took more offense to it.
Yeah,
because I feel like, man, I'm my daddy's son.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I kind of found myself building a lot of insecurities on how people see me if they didn't see me as that. You know what I'm saying? So whenever I made a mistake, I always tried to work 10 times harder to make whoever I made the mistake towards see that that's not me. And, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So I felt like going to therapy really helped me realize that, one, I have to know who I am and be okay with whatever that looks like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even if it don't look like what I thought it should look like.
Yeah.
Or even if it don't look like what I want other people to see.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have to be okay with who you see in the mirror.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
If that's the problem, then we need to figure out how do we get to the point where you're okay with looking at that. And when I realized that I'm okay with who I see in the mirror, I'm just not okay with the validation I get when other people don't see what I see in the mirror.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So going to therapy really helped me realize that regardless of how people see you, as long as you're comfortable in your own 2 feet, you're gonna be okay. Yeah. Because people's point of views of you change depending on the light that they see you in, who they see you connected to, and stuff like that. You
a daily basis.
Yeah, you can at Park Millennium, you can be a fuck nigga to a girl one day.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Depending on you hanging out with somebody that she don't like, and the next day she see you with their idol. Yeah. And now you king da. People's perspective of you is gonna always change, but one thing that can never waver like theirs is your perspective of you. Yeah. You have to be rooted in who you know you are.
Yes, sir.
And like growing up, people used to always tell me, like I used to always have some one of my Bible school teachers from Green Grove back in the day. Her name was Joy. Yeah. T Joy. She used to always tell me, like, she was one of them ladies, when people get to speaking in tongue in church, she can kind of interpret. She used to always tell me, man, like she used to keep the kids, and I used to get so frustrated that, because like you said, I used to be isolated and I used to want to be by myself and stuff like that. And also I was like kind of a little smarter than most kids, you know what I'm saying? So I used to see things that they didn't see. I used to, you know what I'm saying? Like I could I could see, that's gonna get y'all in trouble, bro. We don't
You
need to be doing
observing.
that. I'm very observant.
Yeah.
I'm very like, just aware of and she used to teach me, like she told me, she was like, you are different, and until you realize that you see things that other people don't see, until you realize that you like, it's gonna be easy for you to recognize things that other people don't recognize.
That's a gift.
It's gonna always be hard for you because you are seeking validation from people that don't see what you see right now.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? And so that kind of tied, like whenever me and my therapist really got to talking about it, I just kept remembering it. And that just, and that's something that just honed in my head now every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be so caught up on how other people see you.
Yes, sir.
When they might not even be seeing what you seeing.
Yeah,
and that's
correct.
okay, because they book ain't supposed to be your book. They're not supposed to see what you see right now. It's for you to see, and it's for you to do something with it. If they don't see it, they don't see it. But you can't hang who you are on what people see you as or what you want people to see you
Correct.
as. So that's one thing that's really been beneficial for me from therapy. Like, I'm okay if you think I'm my mistakes.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm not.
And what you probably don't even realize by you getting therapy, it helps the people around you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It helps. And a lot of the stuff that I get out of therapy, I'm learning to try to teach my kids. I try to teach my kids because I see them struggling with some of the same stuff that I struggle with. That I'm trying to help them realize seasons do change.
Yeah.
Don't get upset when one group of friends don't want to be your friends anymore, because a season gonna shift where they're not your friends. You're gonna have brand new friends. Yeah. So it teaches me to try to be more open around people that are around me, to try to help my kids so they won't have to go through that childhood trauma that I went through.
One day when I have kids, that's for sure gonna be my main goal.
Yes, sir.
Try not to put the trauma on them that you
that
was one put on you, or you know what I'm saying, that try not to pass down the curse of the family. Try to, if you can be the one to break it, by any means, be the one to break it.
Yeah.
I ain't got no kids, but I do got a nephew, and that's one thing I'm working on with him too as well. You know what I'm saying? Like whenever he get his tail whooped, I'll be the one that go in after. Had a conversation with him, because I know what it's like to get your ass whooped and not get no validation, no confirmation, no. Well, this why I did. The only reason you might get is why the leaks and lashes going on. Yeah, and that's if you got one of them mamas that talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Why
I do it because I love you.
Yeah,
you beat me.
It's just one of them things, man. I'm getting him to understand, like, man, hey, come cry with me.
Yeah,
we'll go, man. I take him. Yeah, it's been plenty of nights. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We'll go ride around the city.
Yeah.
Cry, man. I play some music, we get in that truck, and we be rolling, we be crying together. You know what I'm saying? He don't know what I'm going through. And I don't know what he's going through. If you don't want to talk about it, you ain't got to talk about it. We're going to sit here.
We're going to get it out. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just letting him know that, man, there's different ways to look at manhood. Yeah. Manhood ain't no cliche. We not a monolith, bro. We don't have to be macho. Yeah. You frail anyway. He ain't big. He real skinny. So you're going to go through some time. People going to knock you down. Man, it's okay to cry. Yeah. It's okay, bro. It's okay to feel how you feel. Don't ever feel like you got to be as big as me, as tough as me, because I'm not as big and as tough as you think I am. Yeah,
so we have to teach our young men that. And that's what I teach. That's what I try to teach my son. I try to instill it in him. You gonna get upset. The Bible tells us, be ye angry, but do not sin. Son, you gonna get upset. Yeah, you gonna get downright mad sometime. But what are you gonna do after that? How are you gonna handle and maneuver this situation? A lot of us was never taught. Mm-hmm. So we got violent. We acted out. We fought. We lashed out. Mm-hmm. But I got to process this before I move on with it. Yeah.
Well, last question, man. I'm going to let you get on about your way. For the men right now that's listening or who feel overwhelmed but don't know like where to start, what's the first step you would tell them to take? So like if they, for the people who listening who feel like I can relate to what y'all going through, I just don't know where's my initial step. How do I, like, I'm in California, I don't stay in Louisiana. How can I get in touch with the therapist? How can I start to take my mental health more serious on a professional tip?
Before they can even start, first thing I would tell them is stop and process it. So many times when we're feeling overwhelmed, we got a sense to keep going. Yeah. We don't even stop and process it that I'm on overload right now. And the fact that I'm on overload, I'm about to explode on everybody. Stop, process it, do the work, figure out what it is that's triggering you like that. Family, work, my wife, my children, my finances. What is it that has you to the point that you are? And once you figure that out, put in the work, start the work, find the help. This is what I need help in.
Yeah.
Because you can't go get help and get therapy for your marriage and it's your finances that are in trouble.
Yeah.
You can't get therapy for your finances and you can't process what's going on in your marriage.
Yeah.
You have to know exactly what it is so you can get to the root of the problem.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to find that routine, you have to put in the work, and you have to start taking those steps and hold yourself accountable for what you do and don't do.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? It's not
Yes,
your
sir.
therapist's fault if you don't go in there and tell that lady the truth or tell that man the truth. It's your fault.
Yeah.
You know you was really dealing with what you was dealing with, and you wanted to go in there and sugarfoot because you felt like the same way you felt about therapy before therapy, you feeling in therapy, and you're not allowing yourself to really trust what you know you need.
Yes, sir.
If you took your tail in there to go talk to that lady or go talk to that man, be open.
Yes,
You know
sir.
what I'm saying? So the first time I did therapy, I was a little bit, you know what I'm saying, restricted.
Closed off.
You know what I'm saying, closed off. Because I felt like, man, I'm a sucker in the movie. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it wasn't until after the second time around that I really had to sit back and was like, all right, Alan, what do you want out of this?
Yeah.
What do you need from this? And then let's go get it. And then when you get it, let's not make no excuses no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hold yourself accountable.
Started your treatment plan.
And start a treatment plan, you know what I'm saying? And that's what got me. So for anybody out there, on my part, I would just tell you, if you don't know if you're not strong enough to stop and process, man, get out. It's going to be ugly. And you never know. You might look up and find the perfect therapist on the perfect thing. They got something out there called BetterHelp. I'm not trying to plug them. I ain't got no advertisement from them. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully one day. But they do have ways out there to where you don't have to kind of waste your time going to a therapist's office. They do have telehealth now.
Yeah.
I do that sometimes when I'm too busy throughout the week to actually go into the office.
Yeah.
But I do like the benefit of going and sitting down on somebody's couch and actually talking face to face.
Yes,
because
sir.
I feel like facial expressions and body language is more helpful too, because you will know when somebody you will know when you the wrong person.
Yeah.
Just out telling, like, if you telling a story and you think you right the whole time and your therapist hit you with or you know what I'm saying, like because people can't help it sometimes. They hit you or they start writing, you know
Or come back with them questions.
Yeah, that's when you know. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I do get the benefit of sitting, you know what I'm saying, in front of somebody and talking. But yeah, for those like Mr. Rico said, man, if you are mentally aware enough to where you know something's hurting you, man, stop and process and figure out what it's, so that you're not wasting your time. So you know what I'm saying, so you can actually get to the meat of it. But if you like me and you clumsy and you just running stuff bullheaded, man, go out there and just go search therapy. You know, go search telehealth, go search BetterHelp. You know what I'm saying, and just get yourself on somebody's couch just to see if it's for you, and just keep trying. You know what I'm saying? Do it, because help is gonna find you. If you draw near to him, he's gonna draw near to you.
Yes, sir.
So if you want it, it's gonna happen for you. If you seek for it, you're gonna find it. So that's what it is for that, man. Thank you again, Mr. Tyler.
Man, thank you.
Anything you got for the people that where they can reach you at, social media? I know you say you're a pastor. I don't think you told the people where you pastor at, just in case they want to come see you on Sundays.
Okay. My name's Dr. Rico Tyler. I pastor St. Luke in West Monroe, 630 Tidwell Road. You can keep up with me on Facebook. I go on Facebook by the same thing. I also started something that I do on Fridays, Keep It Pushing Ministries. Keep It Pushing Ministries is just something that I do every Friday morning, that I try to encourage somebody that you've made it this far. You've made it Monday to Friday. So keep it pushing and you can keep on going, man. And I just want to say thank you for this awesome opportunity, what you're doing for mental health for me, and just not only me, and you're not only going to reach me, and you're going to reach other people as well. Yes. So, man, keep on encouraging. I pray God's blessing on your platform, that he not only blow it up, but he takes it, knocks it out of the park. So, man, just thank you for just allowing this opportunity to come on and just take a little bit of your time.
No, man, I appreciate you. And for those who are part of the community, who want to get down with the community, we do have a WhatsApp. If you go on WhatsApp and you type in through the channels, Talk Your Way Through, you should be able to pull up the channel. Also, at the end of the episode, I will be putting up, all our social media handles. Please follow us on TikTok, subscribe on YouTube, click the little bell so that you can get, notifications when we drop a new video. Also, if you're a part of the WhatsApp group, we are going to be using it to push out notifications, updates about what we're doing with the community, as far as live events, as far as clips about upcoming episodes and stuff like that, upcoming guests, or just input. We also do devotionals in there as well. We try to uplift the community as well. It's a place to, if you feel like you want to talk, if you just want to get something off your chest, it's a community where you can just unload and get some advice and try to get some uplifting on a day-to-day basis, man. Just a more close-knit community. And it's out for free. We're not charging nobody nothing. Only thing I ask is that you follow us on our social medias, on TikTok and on YouTube. Shortly we probably will be getting a Facebook or Instagram, but right now we're just focusing on TikTok and YouTube. So if you can, like, subscribe, follow us, repost, and like the pictures, man. And thank you again for joining us on Talk Your Way Through. It's been another episode. Don't forget to join the WhatsApp community, where we will be encouraging and uplifting on a daily basis, as well as putting out updates regarding the show. Just click WhatsApp and search Talk Your Way Through.